build a community with our hands. People, citizens from different lands, strangers when we first began. Now we are Toastmasters. Let's reach out for Toastmasters. Join our hands forevermore. One people, one community, one Toastmasters. That's the way that we will be forevermore. Everywhere in every race, language, color or creed. One people, one community, one Toastmasters. And when the time comes for contest, our Toastmasters will give their best. We're united hand in hand. We'll show the world just what we've got. Let's support our contestants. Much more work forevermore. One people, one community, one Toastmasters. That's the way that we will be forevermore. Everywhere in every race, language, color or creed. One people, one community, one.
Right and left, and we have two toilets. The female toilets at the right side from the exit, and the main toilet is at the left side. For the smoker, the smoking is inside the building is prohibited. For the prayer, there is a prayer room downstairs. Please, during the contest, switch off your mobiles to avoid any disturbance. For any help, please don't hesitate to ask our Sergeant at Arms with the Ask Me tags. Now, please join me in welcoming AREA54 Governor Toastmaster Jamil Al-Khalaf for his opening remarks.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I look the opening remarks for our Division M Governor, but I would like to welcome you all, and I would like especially to welcome Wahid Subai, Southern Area Industrial Training Division Superintendent. And during the contest, I have two announcements to make. First one, which I will say right now, I have chosen a Master of Ceremony, a very young Toastmaster. He will furnish to you, and that is the leader of the future. Why I selected him? He is the youngest Toastmaster within our area, that's one. Second, he has devoted his time to develop himself, and based on the theme, he charged to inspire. I would like him to inspire his colleagues, other students, and all of us. I would like the Master of Ceremony, Hassan Shigagi, to step forward to lead the event. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Hassan Shigagi.
Yes, Toastmasters and ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah and good afternoon. I would like to welcome you all to AREA54 annual speech contest of the year 2015. My name is Hassan Shigagi, and I will be the Master of Ceremony for this event. February 14th is the date we all have been waiting for, to challenge ourselves and compete against each other. During this event, we will be having the following: the International Speech Contest, the Table Topic Speech Contest, the Humorous Speech Contest, and finally the Evaluation Speech Contest. Now we will start our event with the opening remarks, which will be delivered by Division and Governor. So please Help me welcome this Master Sulaiman Nazir.
Mr. Area Governor 54, Postmaster Jamil Khalaf, immediate past Deputy Governor, Postmaster Ahmed Zawad, Area 42, Governor, Postmaster Manur Shende, and past Area 41 Governor, Postmaster Nizar Ansari, and Area 54, Area Governor, Postmaster Nizar Al-Mumattab. Our honored guest, Mr. Mutlaq Al-Sbi'i, fellow Toastmasters, guest, Assalamu alaikum, and good afternoon. This event, Area 54 Conference, is considered a major milestone for this area for year 2015. We gather today to celebrate the best of us. To celebrate the best of us. To test our skills, to compete, to win. To represent Area 54 in the Division N Conference in March 28, and inshallah, to represent us at the district level in Jeddah in April. I love the theme that was selected by the event committee. Get charged to inspire. And when you get charged to inspire, there is a spark. And we as Toastmasters, we develop a spark that keeps glowing to reflect our advancement in good communications and effective leadership. However, have you asked yourself how to keep this spark on? How to transform that spark and make it a glowing star? Well, the answer to this question takes me to what I call energy pool. Energy pool is what you and I access on a daily basis. From the minute that we wake up, throughout the day, to the minute that we go to sleep. And as Toastmaster leaders and Toastmaster members, we all made a promise. And our promise and our promises manifest themselves in successful actions. Whether adding a new member, adding a new club, achieving educational goal, or addressing main challenges that relate to our mission or us at a personal level. And there's no need for leaders if there are no challenges. And the challenges even multiply when you are talking about a volunteer type organization like us. How do you motivate members to achieve their goals? See, the learning model of Toastmaster is learning by doing. So each one of us takes charge. You are the leader. And you see the result reflected in you, day in and day out. So we always explore different sources of energy to keep that motivation going. And you may ask yourself, where can I get the source of energy that is above all sources? And in this case, I will not entertain hydrocarbon energy, since we are an oil and gas company, or Einstein theory of matter, atoms, space, time, simply because we are dealing with the most delicate creature on air, and that's you and I, people. So, what would be your source of energy? Well, as Toastmaster, energetic members source of energy. Whether they are at the club level, the area level, or the division level. And by the way, they are very easy to spot them. They are like eagles, soaring so high with a spark radiating energy, attracting you and I without us knowing. They set dynamics to the success of all. They are positive energy that drops. When we see them in passing during the club event and outside, even if we run into them in the hall, they say in a coincidence. You just see the spark in their eyes because they know what they want. They got it down. And what they are after is self-betterment of themselves and others. So, energetic members, what's so unique about them is they revive the fuels of all of us. And what's so more unique is as more they expend that energy and give, they even get more. And they are true reflections of Toastmasters' mission. We empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. So I want to ask you, and I always ask myself, what I have done to my energy pool. Have I added or have you added a new member to it? See, it is the responsibility of each one of us to refuel this pool with the next high energy member. Like our master of ceremony, a young, committed. He is in his way to, I'm sure, spark the energy into others. This is what we need, a new bloodline that keeps the motivation going. In our domain, energy is not finite, but also not infinite if it's not grown. Now, to be energetic is not something that we have at birth. It's something that we learn. And once we learn it, we need to extend our hands to others. Because guess what? We are not loners. We are not followers. We are leaders. We pull others with us. And we see somebody quiet, or maybe even reserved, shy, extend your hand to him or her. Because that simple hand reach may result in generating the next spark that we need at the club, at the area, division, district, in your life and mine. So, fuel the pool by inspiring yourself and others. It is our spark that's in your eyes and mine that attracts new members. It's a spark that leads us to a better performance. Our continued reach for excellence. I ask you that you embrace this goal day in and day out, because we really need it. We really need it at the division, M level, and I can tell you, I need it at the personal level. Because our survival depending on that spark that we have in our eyes. Now I'm done with the spark, so I want to go to the contestants and functionaries. You are the spark of the meeting. Without you, we are not going to see the stars tonight. So I ask you to compete to win. And by the way, each one of you who's participating is a winner. We know some of you will move into the division, but we ask you to work tirelessly and to shoot and put your eyes on the ball of district level in Jeddah level. Because we hope Saudi today will be the champions, not just at the area, not just at the division, but the district and inshallah Toastmaster International. So in summary, I ask you to keep the spark on and get charged to inspire day in and day out. Thank you. Campus Chair.
Ministerial Training Division. Please help me welcome Mr. Sabah.
I'm very delighted and glad to be part of the celebration of the best of us today. And this is very honored for all of us here in training and trade development to host this event at Area 54. When I was invited to attend this by Mr. Abdul-Mahdi, I told him this is very challenging for me to speak in front of a Toastmasters. Toastmasters are the extemporaneous speakers of the world, and most of the world leaders are Toastmasters, or it is built in Toastmasters in their personality. And I was very happy when I came today at 2 o'clock. I saw a Toastmaster spirit. Everybody is working toward the success of this event. That tells me Toastmasters are members, regions, districts, and they are world members. When I was looking at the internet and exploring when the Toastmaster was invented and who invented it, I was so impressed of the number of members worldwide, and also the total number of countries that have a Toastmaster clubs in them. Toastmaster is an honor opportunity for anyone to attend and be a member of. And from today, I want to apply to be a Toastmaster. This is really good. And we all get charged to inspire today. We'd like to attend the event and see it all. And we have a voluntary gift, 3 gifts from our division to the youngest attendees today. We went to the organizing committee to see the youngest that attended the event today, excluding my daughter, because and I thank you very much, and we're very, very glad having you in our facility, and please enjoy it.
Thank you.
Teamwork. Please allow me to introduce the team members who are going to run this event. Please hold your applause until stating the last name. Functionaries, please stand. Sergeant at Arms, Sayyid Isa.
Sing. Stand. Stand up. In a standing position.
Sayyid Isa and Nadim Mahmoud. Timekeepers, Ali Mubarak and Mu'ad Khazaba. Tally counters, Yahya Khassoum, Zaid Al-Ajmi, and finally Yusha. Please give them a big round of applause. Now we embark on our first contest, which is the International Speech Contest. Let me introduce the International Speech Contest Chair. He is the immediate past Area 54 governor. Currently, he is the President of the Toastmaster Club. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Nizar Mumatta.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hassan. Ladies and gentlemen,
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a very good afternoon to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start the International Speech Contest. This contest provides an opportunity for the speakers to exhibit their skills and to recognize the best as an encouragement to all. Today, we have 5 contestants participating in this contest. Please hold your applause till all names are announced, and for the contestants, please stand up when you hear your name and remain standing till all contestants are announced. Our first contestant is Toastmaster Abdullah Onikoy. Second contestant, Toastmaster Rear Bayless. Third contestant, Toastmaster Mustafa Al-Hamad. Fourth contestant, Toastmaster Abdullah Kuzaba. Fifth contestant is Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Abdelmurti. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you, contestants. Each speech will be 5 to 7 minutes. A contestant will be disqualified if his speech time is less than 4 minutes and 30 seconds or more than 7 minutes and 30 seconds. There will be 1 minute of silence after each speech for the judges to mark their ballots. Contestants, please remember that the timer will signal green light at the completion of 5 minutes and help till the completion of 6 minutes. Yellow light shall be shown at the completion of 6 minutes and held till the completion of 7 minutes. Red light shall be shown at the completion of 7 minutes and held till the speech concluded. There will be no signal for disqualification. Contestants and sergeant at arms, please check the microphones before embarking on the stage. Audience, please do not walk around during speeches. Side talks and photography are not allowed during the speeches. Chief Judge, are the judges ready?
Yes.
Are the timers ready?
Yes.
Are the contestants ready?
Yes.
Are you, our audience, ready?
Yes.
Yes. Please give a warm welcome to our first contestant, Toastmaster Abdullah Onikoy. The title of the speech is The Lawn Tennis, a Game Like Life. The Lawn Tennis, a Game Like Life, Toastmaster Abdullah Onikoy.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Great. My name is Abdullah Onikoy. I'm a Nigerian, and to the division governor and fellow Toastmasters and guests, I say Salaam alaikum. In the 12th century, King Louis X fell in love with this very beautiful game. It was called Jeu de Paume, meaning a game you play with your hands. He got his friends together in the French courts and threw a ball to each other, hitting it with their palm. About 400 years later, in the 16th century, this game evolved into something that was hit around with things that look like spoons. And they called to themselves tenar, tenar. Each time they threw the ball at each other. Tenar then meaning hold, receive, or take. Tenar became tennis in the 18th century, and tennis became lawn tennis when the lawnmower was invented in 1830. The game as we know it today is one very beautiful and very popular game all over the world, and it has been played ever since the 12th century. The goal of this game is to hit the ball with a racket that sometimes is between 200 grams and 300 grams in such a way that your opponent cannot hit the ball back at you. If you succeed in doing this, you win a point. It is played on a rectangular lawn about 24 meters long by 11 meters wide. And it is played against two opponents who hit the ball from one end of the court to the other end of the court in such a way that the ball makes it over a net that is across the court and 1 meter high. For many of us who've seen this game being played before. If I try to explain how the scoring of lawn tennis goes, I will spend far more than 10 minutes. But what I can tell you about lawn tennis is that there are 4 major Grand Slam competitions that happen every year, just like soccer and many other games. There is the Australian Open that happens in January, the French Open that takes place in France in May, the Wimbledon, which happens sometime in June, and the US Open, which happens in September. A combination of these 4 games awards its participants over $200 million every year. So it's a game that is played by men who also want to become rich. I got interested in this game in 2011 when I watched a Grand Slam title match between Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. In this game, Roger Federer made mincemeat of Novak Djokovic and he won the Wimbledon Open with 18 aces, meaning he hit the ball 18 times and Novak Djokovic didn't even see the ball at all. This inspired me to take a liking to the game, and I've been so consistent with lawn tennis since then that I have watched Novak Djokovic grow from the 5th best player in the world in 2011 to the current world champion, the #1 in lawn tennis. This has inspired me to believe in also that I can be #1 in whatever I do. The game of lawn tennis is a lot like life. As we go through life as individuals, life hits us with balls every time. And it is up to us to hit back at life and return the serve and make sure that at least we push the ball over the net and score a point. Sometimes we find ourselves dodging the balls of life. Sometimes we step up to the plate and hit back at life. Sometimes the competition and the spectators are on the sidelines laughing and booing us as we play the game of life. But as we all know, the game of life only ends when you walk off the pitch. The game of tennis also, in like manner, only ends when you walk off the pitch. So as long as you stick in there, as long as you keep hitting the ball, as long as you keep on participating in the game of life, you are assured at least of a chance of victory. And you also can come from world #5 to world #1. This has been my mantra, it has been my life's call, and it charges me up each time I think of the game and how it impacts my life. And today, I've decided to charge you up, to charge you to be inspired, to face up to the game of life as you play along. Also, pick up an interest in the game of lawn tennis and join me on the tennis court in Udalia, whenever you are in town, to play a lovely game of tennis. Thank you very much for listening, Mr. Toastmaster.
Now let's have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots.
Thank you.
The Toastmaster Reese Piles. The title of this this speech is African jungle to Arabian desert. African jungle to Arabian desert, Toastmaster Reese Piles.
From the moment my heart started beating, from the moment I was blessed with this amazing gift called love, I've had the great opportunity to experience many great things, from different cultures to customs, religions and beliefs, from South Africa to Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe to Mozambique, Malawi, Congo and Madagascar. In 2014, I would add a brand new destination to my journey, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So that being said, and without further ado, Area Governor, contest chairs, most honorable judges and welcome guests, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I give to you the topic of my speech, from African jungle to Arabian desert. Since arriving in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, I had the great pleasure of experiencing many wonderful things. I've ridden on camel's back, explored the many sand dunes in ABQAIQ, and recently, my brand new favorite, drinking Arabic coffee for the first time. Out of all of this, what will I remember most when my time is done in Saudi? I can never forget the first time I arrived in the Kingdom. This would be the day that I experienced the great Saudi heat for the first time. I stepped off the aeroplane at the Dammam airport. With bag on my back and passport in my hand, I headed through Saudi customs. Everything was going fine until I got to the airport exit. I opened the door, took 5 steps when it hit me. No, this can't be right. It feels like the plane has landed on the sun. A concerned taxi driver came running towards me. Concerned look on his face, he said, Sir, are you okay? Wiping the sweat from my face, I said to him, I need AC. It feels like I'm walking on the sun. To my surprise, he smiled. He looked at me, pointed to a signboard that said 47 degrees. He laughed and said, my friend, you have seen nothing yet. It is almost winter. My journey would continue to take me to the first time I had ever experienced culture shock. For those of you who don't know, culture shock is a term used to describe confusion when being presented to a culture or custom that you are not familiar with. One day I was driving my vehicle when I came to a Saudi checkpoint. A security guard carrying a machine gun bigger than me came to my window and said, passport. Of course, I took my passport and I gave it to him with my left hand. Now at the time, I had no idea that this was not the correct practice and that you should present things with your right hand. The security guard did not like this at all. With anger in his eyes, he looked to me like a raging bull and said, you nut! Of course, my Arabic is not very good and he didn't understand English very well. So I was in big trouble. You nut? You nut? You nut, he said. You nut! Of course, on this day, I would be wearing this very same bracelet. So I thought, you nut meant bracelet. Oh, you nut! You nut! Hey, no problem, sir. No problem. You nut. He looked like he was about to explode. You nut, he said. You nut! Sir, you nut's off, take it. You nut! Eventually, all he could say to me was, go! To conclude my speech, I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I was absolutely terrified before I came to Saudi Arabia. I had no idea what to expect. The fear of the great unknown had bitten me. I sat long and hard and I thought to myself, where do I want my life to take me? Is this the right decision or not? I don't know. Many people tried to discourage me. They said to me, I was mad for wanting to leave home to come and work here. And I almost listened to them. myself, what is the one thing that every person in this world has got in common? From the richest person to the poorest person, nobody lives forever. Life is too short to let other people make up your mind for you. With so much to experience and so much beauty in this world, why should we let our fears hold us back? For those of you who have got a wristwatch in you, I want you to put it to your ear and listen. If you listen long enough, you will hear your life ticking away. I said to myself, before the sun sets on my journey, before my time is up in this world, I will make sure, absolutely sure, that I have done everything my heart and soul wanted. Whether I'm from the African jungle or from Arabian desert, we are all people on a journey somewhere. From the day we're born until the day we die, our life is a storybook. And as the title would suggest, get charged to inspire. I want you to get inspired. Life is a storybook. You need to decide what you want your story to be. From African jungle to Arabian desert. Thank you.
Thank you. Now let's have a 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. The sun is going to come back. The sun is going to come back. Toastmaster Mustafa Al-Ammar.
I was a little child, looking at the sun going down. I thought that it won't come back. So I started running behind the sun. Please come back. My father behind me picked me up. Dad, I have a question. Is the sun going to come back? Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, with stupid questions, we sometimes get nice answers. I got one. That was a little bit painful. I came back next to my lovely flower, crying. I forgot to water it when the sun was rising. And it was about to die. That was my situation when I just graduated from high school with a very low grade. I just worked at Al-Hassan Technical College. I registered there for 2 years, every semester, like about 6 times, and never got accepted. During this time, I worked at Al-Hassan Vegetables Market as a very humble security man with a very low salary. Sometimes some people abused and spat at me, but I was patient because I wanted to save some money to study face to face at Al-Hassan Technical College. After 10 months saving money, I saved about 3,000 riyals from my sweat, and I was ready and optimistic to register. There at the college, the registration office, a very gentle man, I asked, I want to study face to face, and my money is ready. He looked at me and said, my son, so sorry, you can't study in the next semester. The registration is up. So you have to wait for the next year to register. I said, what? I want to register now! Hitting the table like a Superman. This stupid action from my side made him upset. And then he said, go out and you will never get accepted here. That night, I wasn't able to sleep. I felt lost, and my life was going nowhere. I left my friends and my parents and stayed alone for a couple of days. I was looking down, asking myself, this stupid question. Do I have to stay as a very humble security man all my life? But this time, my father did not answer, because my life answered more painful. I slept in the darkness. I was doing a job that I didn't like for 2 years, wasting my time, my power, and my aim, and it is still painful. But one day, early morning, when I was going to work, walking, I saw the sun rising up. And suddenly, I remembered my father's answer. But it gave me courage, motivation, and optimism. It wanted to tell me something. The chance is going to come back. So I started searching for other colleges and institutions. Here I found JTI, Jubail Technical Institute. 2 months later, I got accepted. In the first week studying started there, I received a text message that I was accepted at Al-Hassan Technical College. Deleted. In JTI, I found Toastmasters, and here I figured out my talent on public speaking. We sometimes just look at the right side and ignore that we may have a greater chance at the other side. Have you ever lost it? It is going to come back. Just water your flower. About my flower, after 3 days, my mother asked, "Son, I see you respectful and quiet when your father is here." I told her the story. And then she said, "I don't blame your father. Go to water your flower." So I started to water my flower. And then it became a very bright and booming flower. Fellow Toastmasters, we all can water our flowers. We all can be talented in the stars when we face a challenge. We sometimes fall down, but if we look down, we don't see the sun rising up. And we might give up when we ask our fathers stupid questions. And some people need to get the nice answer as they got to win. When we turn our faces, we see it shining up there. We handle that chance and stand up again. Then, and only then, we realize that the chance is going to come. Mr. Congress.
Keep reading, Toastmaster Abdullah.
May I ask everyone in the room to take a deep breath?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. This practice of inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide is one of the relaxation exercises that we normally do, consciously or unconsciously, for the purpose of doing relieve stress, stay calm and focus, and sometimes we boost our energy. Mr. Chairperson, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, every second of life is governed by a breath. That is deliberately definitely given by Allah, the greatest, the most, and the best creator in the world. Thanks Allah for this gift. Between the first breath that we had and the last breath that we will have, we draw our life, fictional timeline that contains choices to make, option and selection to take. Back to 2003, an incident happened to one of my office mates, Nabil, who had a heart attack. Our story started when we heard abnormal noise came from Nabil's office. My colleagues and I did run to see Nabil sitting there in his chair as usual, but no sign of pulse or breathing. Let's do CPR, I said to my colleagues, and I got immediate response. Tremendous amount of silence. And followed with people disappearance, one after each other, except Ibrahim, who was staying still. Ibrahim, we are in it, let's do it! With slanting eyes, he replied, you are in it, go and do it! And he escaped. I was elected to do CPR alone because I had no previous experience. I did CPR, and after a couple of minutes doing CPR for Nabil, rescue team arrived, and Nabil's body survived, but his brain cell had severe damage. After 3 weeks struggling in hospital using a breather machine, Nabil passed away. With all exerted efforts and technology, we were not able to make Nabil to take a single breath because this simple, essential, crucial process, breathing, cannot be done by anyone else. Likewise, your goal can be achieved by someone else? Definitely answer no. In 2006, I joined a diving club for exploring a new adventure, underwater breathing. In one of the underwater exercise, I had to practice taking off and on the diving gear. At the moment of removing the air regulator from my mouth, I had breathing confusion. I started drinking water instead. The instructor realized my struggling, and he immediately inflated my BCD. In a second, I was in the surface, coughing, vomiting, looking for a single breath. In a minute, my breathing, alhamdulillah, came back normal. And my condition get stable. During the break outside the water, the instructor tried to convince me to return back and continue practicing. However, stop practicing and quit diving was the only sound I was hearing in that time. Until a friend of mine came to me and said, we are in it, let's do it. It's just a matter of keep breathing. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we come across a painful situation where we become desperate, frustrated, disappointed, losing faith, having discouragement to continue doing what we like to do. These moments are precarious, critical and turning point in our lifetime when our ambition and persistence is playing the major role to determine our desire toward goal achievement. And upon the choice we make, an option we take, success can be made and failure can be achieved. By end of 2006, I was certified as an advanced diver, and I have made 5 successful deep dives at a depth of 130 feet underwater. In 2012, I was in another adventure, breathing in the sky, skydiving, jumping from airplane at altitude 13,500 feet. The training that we had before the airplane takeoff was chin up, keep breathing, chin up, and keep breathing. Right after we jumped out of the airplane, I had difficulties to breathe. I couldn't take a single breath with the surrounding air until I made small, simple step, chin up. And I had the most enjoyable and unforgettable moment of my life, flying in the sky like a free bird. Ladies and gentlemen, in a certain time of life, we may encounter problems, issues, difficulties, hiccups that hinder or indicate the fulfillment of our goal achievement. If you are at that point of time, remember to take a deep breath. And before you take the deep breath, remember your persistence, your ambition is the main fuel of your journey. And take a deep breath and keep breathing. Back to you.
Silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Unsung heroes. Unsung heroes, Toastmaster Ahmed Abdelwahid.
In your life, you will see millions of people. You will know thousands of them. You will connect to hundreds of them. And you will be friends with some of them. However, you will only call a few of them as heroines and heroes. Mr. Hero, come to the chair. Heroines and heroes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
When I was a child, I kept dreaming of meeting heroes. At that time, all heroes were made either by Walt Disney as cartoon characters or by the local media as soldiers and fighters. I admired some of them, but I kept telling myself, these are not the kinds of heroes I'm looking for. Modern movies as well followed an interesting combination to make new heroes. As the ancient Egyptians created the Sphinx, which is half an animal, a lion, and half a human body, modern movies created the Spider-Man, Batman, and even Catwoman. This made me think of the coming generation of these heroes. I thought, oh, will be in the future a donkey man or a cow woman. I realized that we as humans underestimate the heroism we have inside ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, do we need to have animal powers to become heroes?
No.
The good answer is no. There is no need to have a superpower. No need to have a magic sword. No need to jump high or to fly in the sky to become a hero. You can be a hero at home, at work, in the street. The man who gives unconditional love to his family and his friends is a hero. The woman who sacrifices her time and effort to make her family happy is a hero. When you try to weep a tear of a poor man, or to draw a smile on the face of an old woman, you are a hero. Above all, you know who the greatest hero is? He or she is the one who has never been called a hero. The one who does the heroic action, not to be recognized or called as a hero. These heroes are called unsung heroes. Unsung heroes. Now please, try to remember a moment when you helped someone without being thanked or given the name of a hero. If you can remember a moment like this, please raise your hand. This means that all of you are unsung heroes. When I joined Toastmasters, I looked at every one of you as a heroine or a hero. You inspired me to look inside myself, trying to find any potential possibility for a hero. I thought of my country, Egypt. Egypt has the biggest number of schools, institutes, and universities in the Middle East. However, up till November 2014, Egypt hadn't had a single Toastmaster club. I decided to take the initiative and to make a change, not on an individual level, not on a family level or a group level, not even on a company level, but on a country level. Last month, I traveled to Egypt just to participate in an international conference about education and training. I tried to promote the Toastmasters Club in a country which became the last company to join Toastmasters. The good news is Toastmasters 3 now is starting to have branches and leaves in Egypt. This is due to your inspiration, and I am sure that every one of you can have the chance to make a big change, but a positive one in the society. Just keep looking inside yourself. Try to activate the unsung hero you have inside yourself. Unleash the power you have and keep telling yourself, I am a hero. I am a hero. Because I keep looking at every one of you. All of you are heroes and heroes. Back to you.
Now we will have 3 minutes of silence for the judges to finalize their ballots, and I'd like to invite our area governor and all of the contestants for a group photo.